What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here. Josh Brolin. Could have been in all of it. Every universe. CBM's just all over it because, well, I mean, he was all over the Marvel. Of course, universes as Cable and, of course, Thanos. And, well, I mean, he was in Robert Rodriguez's Sin City 2, which is funny. Not a lot of people really like the second one. The first one was so crazy and just so groundbreaking, and everybody loved it. But then I think there was too much of a gap when it came to Sin City 2. But I remember being in the movie theater and watching Sin City 2, and when Josh Brolin's character, of course, was we're going through his story, and of course we have a lot of narration. I kept going, my God, and this is before Ben Affleck was cast as in BVS. I was like, my God, this guy would be a great Batman, like an older Batman, and maybe even thought about like a Dark Knight Returns kind of Batman. And turns out he almost was. I've talked about this before, that Zack actually was considering him before he cast Affleck. That's right. And he actually spoke about it recently. We got a little article right here that's been making the rounds. So here it is. Josh Brolin reflects on almost being Zack Snyder's Batman in the DCU. So he was speaking, he briefly spoke about it, of course, on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast with Josh Horowitz. I always say his name wrong, but this is the quote right here. He said, yeah, that was interesting to me. That was his decision. That wasn't my decision. That was his decision. Again, because like something that is set up to not work at all or work flyingly, I like those odds. I like playing with those odds. Like, am I the guy who's going to make it all fail? By the way, who I didn't think was bad, but, you know, you talk to Clooney, and he's still joking about it. It wasn't his fault. He loves the nipple joke, and that was all Joel. But, you know, he didn't do anything wrong. Again, that was before Deadpool 2. I would have been the older, more raspy, for lack of a better word. Honestly, that would have been a fun deal, and maybe I'll do it one day when I'm 80. So there you go right there, guys. Yeah, I've talked about that before. I don't know if did I ever talk about it with the man himself? But what's interesting about that quote, I mean, it's nothing really much. It's just something that was out there today. Like I said, it was a pretty slow news day. That's why there wasn't a Film Junkie Live. But what is interesting, though, is I know for a fact, because Zach did say it on the vodka stream, is he would actually love, even though Batman vs. Superman was very much pulled a lot of things from Dark Knight Returns, especially Batman's character arc, but he actually said that he would love to do a full-on adaptation of The Dark Knight Returns, like full-on, like right out of the book and everything like that. And it kind of makes you wonder, especially with Brolin still, you know, saying that, yeah, maybe I'll do it when I'm 80. It kind of makes you wonder if, like, maybe they'll ever go back and touch bases with that again. I don't know. I just remember Zach really expressing that he would love to actually do that. I mean, it'd be kind of perfect if you HBO Max, I mean, right there. It almost seems like it would be perfect for something like that. But, of course, you know, we want, of course, him to finish the other stuff first. But just saying, but right there. But, yeah, it's just kind of interesting. I mean, Josh Brolin's not a tall dude. Definitely not. I mean, if you watch Deadpool 2, they make that joke. Deadpool makes the joke that he's not like the comics. He's like 5'10". So, yeah, I mean, he would have been a little bit shorter. And I think basically what Zach always said was that the fact that he wanted to have his Batman to be taller than Superman, you know, and Cavill's like 6'1", and of course Affleck's just fucking 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", so. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting because not a lot of people really kind of knew about that or something, that Ben Affleck wasn't like the immediate first choice. But I mean, of course, you have that chin. I mean, Brolin has a good jawline and chin too, but it would be cool if, like, if they one day did do a full-on adaptation of The Dark Knight Returns, whether it be Zach or somebody else. I mean, I think, you know, obviously Zach, that's a story that's near and dear to his heart. But I think it would be interesting if they were to revisit that. I mean, one of these days that's going to happen, I think. I think it's going to happen where now that they're adapting all the, you know, classic stories in animation, it's only a matter of time before they start adapting the classic stories into full-on live action, and not just taking pieces of it, just little pieces of it here and there that you recognize, but a full-on adaptation. And you know what? When it comes to a Dark Knight Returns grizzled up old Bruce Wayne Batman, I think Brolin would be a pretty good choice right there, to be honest. But then again, I'd be like, skip Ben Affleck back. He'll be older there too. But at the same time, it's like, well, if you were to do somebody, you know, have somebody different. And I think, like, he would actually fit that that Dark Knight Returns Bruce Wayne and Batman pretty damn well. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts about it down below. What do you think about a possibility of that happening in the future? Let me know. Hit that like, thumbs up, subscribe, do all that stuff, the Patreon, all that down there. Links all down below if you want us to help out, support the pirate ship. All right, guys, talk to you later.